Well, they will see the Pigeon Square anyway. So, 1892 architect, he traveled actually to Granada, Spain, Cairo, Egypt, Istanbul, Turkey. He took many different styles and put in one building. This is called Moorish style. There is a lot of Islamic influence present. It reminds a lot of Madrasa, famous high school in Cairo. It was finished in 1896, so it took 4 years to finish the building. The last speech of his life, I was telling you, Franz Ferdinand Mold inside. After that, he was killed in the corner of the street. This is the moment when he left the building, actually. Went inside the car, going in this direction, then he was killed there, which was the trigger of the First World War. In the time of Yugoslavia, it was really the most famous library in Bosnia. But unfortunately, 26th of August 1992, during the siege of the city, it was destroyed by the Serbian forces. 2 million books were burned, only 30,000 books were saved. 80% of the content was gone in flames. You see the red spots there, actually. It's actually the cable. Wait, to show you the picture before the war. It's on this album, just a second. This is what I mean, the cable car. We had the cable car from 1959 till 1992. Then it was destroyed in 1992 by the Serbian forces. One of the first people who died on the top there with the 2 young girls from the very beginning of the war was the man who was working with the cable car. When you die, memory stays forever. One day, inshallah, that's for sure, yes. Question? Okay, so remember when I was telling you Sarajevo, Jerusalem of Europe? Well, I made one picture though. Ready? This. Here you can see the mosque, the Catholic cathedral, the Orthodox church. The reason that we cannot see the synagogue because it's not so much tall, like the rest of the sacral monuments. There is one more cool picture as well that I made. This as well. The cathedral, the mosque, the Orthodox church. It's really special. When the legendary actor Morgan Freeman, you know Morgan Freeman? The coolest voice in the world. When he saw the view on the city, he said, "Wow, so many mosques. That's quite unusual for European cities, isn't it?" Because in Sarajevo, every suburb has a mosque. You can see minarets. That's why I said 127 mosques. That's a lot for the city that has only 300,000 people. Yeah. Now we are entering inside the old town, which is called Bash Çarşıya. Our Turks say Bash Çarşı. Bash Çarşıya means main marketplace, main business place, main square. Most of the streets in the old town received the name by the type of the crops. This is called the Locksmith Street, although the street of the food today. Then we will go through the Copper Street. Copper, it's the most famous street today, still kept the original view and everything else. Copper is a material which was used for many, many years to make the sets for the coffee, handmade sets. We are the nation that loves to drink coffee a lot, and unfortunately, people in Bosnia, they love to smoke a lot. When you ask Bosnian guy, why do you smoke? You will die because of that. Some of them will tell you we will die anyway, so why not enjoy life? That's the crazy mentality of the Bosnian people. There is one city in the central Bosnia called Travnik. It's the only place in the world. You were there. Yeah, my wife is from that city. When you order the coffee, they give you the cigarettes, the match, the coffee, the cake, the sugar, the water, everything in one perfect package. I have to admit something. I used to smoke 12 years. I quit smoking 6 years ago. One of the best decisions of my life. I feel much, much better, but I still miss it with the coffee. It's the best combination in the world. But this is bad, so I had to stop. I feel better, but I don't feel the coffee so much. But with the cigarette, it was fantastic. Whatever you enjoy, it's killing you. That's bad, but anyway, that's life. Yeah. So there is one carpet in this place which is not on sale. It's one of the owner of this place is from Iran, the famous Persia. Yeah. It's one of the most beautiful things that I ever saw in my life. Ready? Map of Iran. It took 7 years handmade carpet to create. 7 years. There is only 2 in the world. One is keeping in Sarajevo, in this shop in the first floor, one in Iran. My mom used to tell me always in the past, she said, "Enes, my son, if you ever become a rich man with money, buy or sell Persian carpet in your house, it can stay in your family for 100 years. But if you have a dog inside the house, 20 years. Animal is destroying the carpet. Yeah. Be careful what you're doing. Although for the Muslims it's not allowed to have dogs, but some people respect the rules, some not. It depends on the person. Free choice. I'm not here to judge. He will judge us one day, inshallah, when we die. Questions? Next place, let's go for the Copper Street. Yes.
Jagi. Ha, oh nak ni. Boleh ke? Khabar baik. Assalamualaikum. Khabar baik ya. Dia jawab dulu. Ya. Jom. Allah. Dia tekan yang tutup pula. Again. After this. Ya. Mak ni. Mak, faster. Negara mak duduk depan. Aduh. Lagi lah. Itulah tapi dia jauh-jauh ya. Oh ni. Kawasan ni. Tak kawasan ni lah yang ni. Yang tengah tu. Ha.
Sebilj is Arabic word which means wall. Where one man would sit down next to the fountain and give water for free to the people. In the past we had more than 300 of these fountains. But one guy came to the city called Prince Eugene of Savoy. He was the leader of the Austro-Hungarians, defending Vienna from the Turks back in the days from the Ottomans. He came here 1697, destroyed, robbed and burned 80% of the old town. Then Austro-Hungarians came to rule this area 200 years after that. They knew the history of this town, tradition of the people. They decided to give one unique monument to this city in the middle of the old town in 1913. By the legend, if you drink water from this fountain, you will return once again to the city. Well, water is life. Without water, there is no life. In the holy book of the Quran, it says we created everything living from water. Water is everything. This is also called the Pigeon Square because you can find here many flying rats, filthy bastards. They poop everywhere. I don't like pigeons too much. When I park my car under the tree in the morning, it's destroyed. So be careful when you are parking the car, especially in Sarajevo, if you ever come back in the future. Yes. You can drink the water from the old town. You can drink the water from your hotel in Sarajevo, from the tap. Drinkable water. We are really blessed with that kind of things. We have the best quality of the water? Probably not. There is a Scandinavian countries. There is a Canada. They have a lot of good quality water. Alaska as well. But it's quite good water in this part of Europe, and it's okay to drink perfectly fine. Yes. This is also meeting point, but we will make a deal. That will be the meeting point right there, 20 meters in front of us. Can you see the mosque, minaret? Yes. So this can help you if you get lost. Just down 20 meters on the left side is actually the Bazaar Mosque. Yes. Okay, let's go. Next.
Tapi memang mahal. Dia macam orang dia takut.
Kena cas saja.
Nah, cas.
Tu tanya aku. Aiskrim. Fish. Orang sejuk ni. Kau. Bunyi ada ke?
So you were the last.
Beginning of the 17th century. The place all around us were stables for the horses, which started smelling bad. Very similar in many parts of the world. So 3 days it's usually enough. Now we live in capitalism, nothing is free. It's like moral values are dying, unfortunately, because
Okay, let's go on.
Malum şefe.
Let's see.
Batu dia kan.
Dapat duitnya. Si.
Dapat 50 km.
Dah.
50.
Yarın götürecek mi Barış bizi börek? Mosque.
we are now in front of the most famous mosque in the city, the central mosque, called Gazi Husrev-beg Mosque. So literally you have a mosque, synagogue, cathedral, Orthodox church. Everything is present in 300 meter street. This mosque was named by the man called Gazi Husrev-beg, who was the grandson of the Sultan Bayezid II. His uncle was Sultan Suleiman, the most famous Sultan of the Ottoman Empire. He's buried right there. This is the grave of the most important person in history of Sarajevo, because in the 20 years living here, from 1521 till 1541, he opened the high schools, libraries, roads, water systems, clock towers, shopping malls, hammam, public bathrooms, many things. Because in Islam religion, if you leave the books as knowledge, money as foundation, wakf, kids to pray for your soul, if you grow food that people can eat, and when you die, these things are using in a good way, good deeds never stop to come to the grave. The only friend in this world when you die will be your good deeds. No one will go with you to the grave, not your mother, father, brother, no one. No one except the good deeds. It's called sadaqah. It means charity. If people knew how much sadaqah is important, trust me, they would give every day. They say sadaqah can change you from the disease, save you from the disease, change your life, make your life much better. Giving. You opened the first public toilet there in 1530. Just imagine that, guys. 500 years ago, we had a public toilet. Guess what? Still is there.
Oh,
Still
next,
is working.
next
Yeah.
to this mosque.
Just when you leave through the door, left and right, you will see the date 1530. 275 years before Paris, we had a public toilet.
Oh.
While they were pissing and shitting everywhere there, and in London, we had a public toilet. We were in a high level of the hygiene in this part of the Europe, in front of the West Europe a lot. Now they are telling us how to do and what to act. Back then, we had many things more developed. Because we used to live in a high level of the hygiene. Today, in every Boston house of every religion, if you want to go in my house, you are welcome. I love guests. I'm a big host. But you have to take your shoes off. That's the strict rules in the Boston houses, like in the Asian world a lot. Not only in the Muslim countries, in other countries of the Asia. If you go to Japan, in the country where the train never lates for 2 seconds, the Japanese are taking shoes off. And they are not Muslims, but they do that as well. Not only it depends on the families, it depends on the countries. So, everyone can go inside the mosque, every person, every religion, everyone, only you have to dress nicely, which you are dressed perfectly fine. Sometimes during the summer when I have big groups, really short down, which I don't mind. I'm married, but I'm not dead. I have eyes, I can see. We stop watching when we die. So whenever I see something beautiful, I like to watch. In Boston, we say first look is your look. Second is shaitan, devils. Yeah, it's very dangerous. But anyway, no one is perfect. God forgive me. Yeah. But anyway. It says 1 o'clock. Can you see the clock tower? It says here almost 7 o'clock. Guys, listen.
It's not Malaysian time.
It's not Malaysian time. It's not Mecca time. Many people, they say Mecca. No. Many people, when they see the clock, they think it's broken. They tell me, what the hell is happening here? Why don't you fix this clock? It doesn't work. But the clock is working perfectly fine. First of all, the clock on your hand, which is on my hand, shows Gregorian calendar, made by the Pope Gregory that most of us is using. So after 12 o'clock during the night, in this clock, new day starts. We know that. Listen to this. This is the only public clock in the world, the only one public clock in the world which is showing lunar calendar. Lunar means moon time, night time that Muslims and Jews are using. This clock is going in the same direction like the clock on your hand. So listen to this. When this clock hits 12 o'clock on this clock tower, it already did hit 1 hour ago. It means in Sarajevo it's the beginning of the sunset. In lunar calendar, just when the sun goes down, new day begins. New day starts. Because during the summer the day is longer. During the winter the day is shorter. One man is going up there every 7 days, once in a week, to adjust the mechanism of the clock. Guess what? Mechanism was brought from the London company called Gillette and Blend Creighton. It's the same company which produced the clock Big Ben in London. Actually, Big Ben is the bell, Queen Elizabeth Tower. But two guys from Sarajevo, from the old town, 1871, they went to London and they brought the mechanism of the clock. That's why a couple of days ago, BBC television was coming here to make the documentary about this clock tower. People ask me, what is the purpose of this clock? Guys, during the Ramadan, when it's 12 o'clock, it's time to eat. Ramadan is the month of the fasting, we know that. From the sunrise till the sunset, you don't eat, drink, smoke, having sex, nothing. When the sun goes down, party starts. So when that clock hits 12 o'clock during the Ramadan, it's time to eat. Listen to this. I had a guest from Australia 8 years ago. He was with me on the walking tour. After the tour, Ramadan was back then during the summer. Now it's spring, March, April is changing every year, 10 days back. And the guest after the tour came to me and he said like this, Enes, I was eating the food in the restaurant and people all around of me had the food and no one was eating. I was like, what the hell is happening here? Then I heard a cannon explosion, kaboom. There is a cannon that shoots from the yellow bastion to the sky. It's Ottoman tradition, all 200 years, to say to the Muslims, it's time to eat. And the guest said, after the cannon, everyone started to eat like crazy. Then I realized, oh my goodness, it's Ramadan. You know what happened? Sarajevo is one of the few cities in the world where majorities of the Muslims we have in this city, but during the Ramadan, everything is open. You can eat in public, drink in public, whatever you want. No one will tell you nothing bad here. Muslims in this city, they fast. but they mind their own business. They never talk about that. Actually, they don't care who you are. They work, they fast, they keep that for themselves as a privacy. Because you know what? Religion should be privacy for every living soul in this world. Ramadan is just between you and Allah. No one has nothing to do with that. I fast every day during the Ramadan. It's healthy for the body, and I'm trying to collect some points to the Allah. I hope people accept me. I mean, as a good deeds. So Allah said, Ramadan is mine, and I reward especially for that. Yeah. It's very healthy. I'm telling to the Christians, you should fast. You don't have to be Muslim. Fast. It's good for your body. Your body is detoxicating when you fast. One of the reasons that in the Middle East, I'm telling them, they don't have so much cancer, and they eat a lot of sugar, and some of the Arabs can be like big, like this. It's because of the Ramadan. Ramadan is healthy, killing the cancer cells actually in that kind of way. So it's very healthy to fast. It's medically proved it's healthy. But anyway, it's a free choice.
The doctor, is it so?
Doctor, Ramadan is healthy?
Yes, yeah, true. And
Yeah.
true.
Your heart doesn't pump so much blood. Kidneys, heart, everything slows down. Your body is in a standby mode when you fast. Yeah. I always can't wait for the Ramadan, honestly. But because I'm losing kilograms. Since I stopped smoking, I did get 15 kilos. That's bad because when you stop smoking, you have to do something with the hands. Always eat snacks or anything else. It's bad, but anyway, now I feel much, much better. Yeah. Questions? I'll show you the synagogue, the line between the east and the west, and I will show you the road that leads to the cathedral if you want to go, or come back to the old town to enjoy the personal free time. Bazaar. This is a tiny one, small one, Bezistan. It's called Gazi Husrev-beg Bezistan. That's the name of the man who built the mosque and many other things. This was built from the money of him. He passed away, he died, and it was built from his money from the waktu, 1555. The reason that it was built in the ground, when you build something in the ground, the area is colder, so the food stays fresh. It's along 107 meters and has 76 different shops. So if you want to buy a replica of the Gucci, Armani, and Prada bags, you can find them inside. If you want to buy original simple, go to Milan and prepare a ton of money. Yeah, we call this original Gucci from Turkey. Questions?
No.
Can you see here it says Sarajevo meeting of the culturals? This is literally the line that separates the city on east and west. East Ottoman part of the city, west Austro-Hungarian part. Simple. East Istanbul, west Vienna. So when you stop there, when you do panorama picture with the iPhone 15 Pro, you will see how the styles of the buildings are changing literally with this line. If you don't know where to go, when you see this sign, just do this a little bit.
Spin. Oh.
And go. Listen guys, I never gamble. Casino is dangerous.
Yeah.
Plus it's haram for a reason. In Islam religion, whatever is not allowed for you, it's good for you.
Yeah.
It's very logical religion, and it's the way of the life, of course. So this was put here just to separate two different parts of the town. So really, if you stand there, and if you do the panorama, I want to show you the picture that I made last time with my guest from Malaysia. You need to see this, just a second. Yeah. No, not this one. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, yeah, yeah. Ready?
Alrighty.
Wow.
So you can see how the styles of the buildings are changing. So if you stand there and you do panorama 180 degrees like this, click, you will see, you will have this picture. It's quite cool, it's quite interesting. So if you take the road up there, it will take you to the synagogue. Sephardi Jews were expelled from Spain in 1492 and from Portugal in 1496. Inquisition happened in Spain. It means convert, leave or die. So they decided to leave. They came to Sarajevo 1565. 1581 they built the first synagogue, which is a museum of the Jews today. Ashkenazi Jews came much later from Poland. The reason that we don't have so much Jews in the city, because during the Second World War, from 14,000 Jews living in this country, 12,000 were killed. Took to the camps and killed there. That's why when you go to the last floor of the Museum of the Jews, there is a big book, huge size, with the list of the 12,000 innocent victims. During the Second World War, Muslims would take the neighbor Jews here, hiding them in their apartments, giving them Muslim names, changing their documents. If the Nazis searched the house or the basement of the house, they would say, this is my cousin, example of the name, Muhammad, who came here from Serbia, living here with us, because they always lived in peace. Muslims and Jews in this city, they always lived in peace. And I wanted to show you something here as well. When the Jews came from Spain, from the lovely city Barcelona, one special book came here with the Jews, called today Sarajevo Haggadah. Sarajevo Haggadah is one of the most priceless books in the world today. Personally, myself, I call it Mona Lisa of the books. You know Mona Lisa, Leonardo da Vinci, Louvre, Lady Paris. Haggadah was keeping inside the National Museum. 1941, the Nazis came here. 1942, Nazi officer went inside the National Museum to take the book. Why? Because Adolf Hitler decides to open a museum in Prague, in Czech Republic, with the most priceless items of the Jewish people, and to say to the world, this is museum of the race of the people who does not exist anymore. So when they went to take the book, the man who worked in the library, he heard that they are coming. He took the book from the shell and hid the book in the secret location. So when the Nazi officer came to him and said, give me the Haggadah, man, the man said next, I'm so sorry, sir, but just before a couple of minutes ago, already one person of your soldiers came and took the book. I'm sorry, but the book is not here anymore. He lied to him to his face. Something really interesting. The man who saved the Jewish book, risking his life, was a Muslim called Dervish Korkut. He knew when they come back they will kill him, so he took the book, he escaped the book from Sarajevo, gave the book to the main imam of the mosque. Muslim preacher hide the book in the mosque with the rest of the Holy Quran. He mixed the books because there is no way that the Jewish book will be inside the mosque. It's the last place they will search. But trust me guys, this is Bosnia. Everything is possible here. During this last war, book was kept inside the safe of the central bank during the siege of the city. Now it's keeping inside the National Museum. If you continue on this way, after 5 minutes on the right side, you will see the famous Catholic cathedral called the Sacred Heart of Jesus. Did you like the tour?
Yeah.
Was it okay?
Okay.
Happy?
Dolce Gabbana. Apa mau sejuk? Dia api. Ada api tu, dia sentiasa terbakar. Api. Ayah. Ni lah, kes ni. Lepas tu dia kata ada api. Meja.